Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. Today is October 12th, Wednesday, 2016. My name is Frank Fortunato. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Hurricane Nicole is taking dead aim on Bermuda. The storm is currently a Category 2 storm. It's expected to hit Bermuda by tomorrow. Expectations are that by the time the storm will hit, it could be as high as a Category 3 storm. It's currently about 300 miles or so south-southwest of Bermuda. It's moving at about 5 miles per hour. By the time the storm hits, it's expected to have wind speeds as high as about 120 miles per hour. Interestingly enough, the storm, because of its slow-moving speed, will probably mean that Bermuda will suffer about 26 hours of tropical storm weather with hurricane force winds for about 9 hours. About as much as 8 inches of rain are expected. The government has closed offices starting at 3 p.m. today. Schools will close from noon today until Monday. Airlines have canceled dozens of flights, and 3 cruise ships have canceled their ports of call scheduled in Hamilton. The Bermuda Chamber of Commerce is urging all of its members to take all necessary precautions. The Causeway Bridge is going to close later this afternoon. So Bermuda is battened down, waiting for Hurricane Nicole to come. In North Carolina, the situation, as expected, continues to get worse from the flooding from Hurricane Matthew, which dumped about 15 to 20 inches of rain in some parts of the state and the eastern parts of the state over the weekend. The rivers have now begun to crest. Evacuations have been ordered for about 1/10 of Greenville, North Carolina's 90,000 people. The Tar River continues to rise. Forecasters expect it to crest above 25 feet on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so it's still got a long way to go. The military is in place there, and the North Carolina National Guard has been federalized. Unfortunately, there was an incident where a police officer, a state trooper, shot and killed an armed man who became angry with police who were carrying out search and rescue missions. They released little other information. The preliminary loss estimates for Hurricane Matthew for Florida are coming out comfortably below $5 billion. These are for insured loss. Market share research indicates that the potential loss for the industry in the state of Florida is anywhere from $1.4 billion to $3.6 billion. A major component, of course, of Matthew's losses will come from claims elsewhere other than Florida, including North Carolina, as we just mentioned. However, only commercial and auto insurance policies typically cover flood. Residential claims are either uninsured or picked up by the National Flood Insurance Program. So this could be a sort of a non-event for the insurance and certainly for the reinsurance industry. Insured losses from flooding in North and Central China this summer are likely to reach about $596 million, according to Aon Benfield. This still, though, unfortunately, only represents about 1.5% of the economic loss from the floods that the Chinese government has placed at about $38 billion. Aon Benfield found that despite similar hazard patterns, the impact of the 2016 floods was significantly less severe than those in 1998, which means that some flooding mitigation measures have been taking effect. The New York Times is reporting today that although Samsung has devoted a tremendous amount of resources towards figuring out why the Galaxy Note 7 devices explode, they still don't know why. Hundreds of engineers have been charged with trying to figure out what was going on. Unfortunately for them, the Times says, they weren't even able to replicate the issue in their labs, ultimately prompting them to assume that the problem must lie with one of Samsung's battery suppliers. This theory, of course, was quickly proven to be false once new reports of exploding Galaxy Note 7 units emerged. The company's engineers went back to the drawing board, but still have been unable to reproduce the explosions or figure out what's causing them. This caused the company to ban any further shipments or production of the Samsung 7. This does stand to lead to a bigger problem from Samsung, in that they're not going to be able to fully understand the complications involved in all of their smartphone and tablet lineup. Some observers are saying that in their rush to overtake Apple, the phones simply could be too complicated to withstand the circuitry that had been implanted in them. The Swedish company Ericsson reported a 94% plunge in quarterly operating profit and tumbling sales. Their stock price promptly dropped about 15%. The Swedish company is struggling with a drop in spending by telecoms companies, with new 5G technology still several years away. The company said that they're confident that they can fight back. They noticed that they had faced a similar situation in 2008 when it was waiting for demand for 4G technology to kick in. And the Japanese automaker Toyota has launched a global recall for its redesigned Toyota Prius sedan after reports of a potentially deadly defect involving the parking brake. The company is recalling about 340,000 Priuses globally. According to the company, there's a possibility that the parking brake could become inoperative. If this occurs and the driver exits the vehicle with the transmission in a gear other than park while the ignition is on, the vehicle could roll away, increasing the risk of a crash. Why somebody would leave the car in a gear other than in park with the ignition on is beyond me, but apparently it happens, and if it happens, the car will roll away. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.